Hi, it's Steve from PartSelect. Today we're going to show you how to change the freezer door gasket on your refrigerator, and it's a really easy job. All we're going to need is a 5/16 nut driver, a 1/4 inch nut driver, and a 5/16 socket and ratchet. Let me show you how we do it. Now the first step in this repair will be to turn the refrigerator off. So open the refrigerator door, set the controls off. Now next we're going to open the freezer door and remove any items that are on that freezer door. You need to put them back in the freezer or set them aside. Then we'll next remove the hinge cap for the upper hinge. Simply push it forward and it'll lift up in the front, slide it back, disengage it. And then we'll remove the 3 5/16 bolts that hold that hinge in place. It may be too tight for a nut driver, so we'll use our ratchet to loosen them. Then we can just lift up on that hinge, pull it out of the door. Well, next we're just going to open that door slightly so that we can support it. We'll tilt it forward, and we'll lift it off of that center hinge, and then we can put it on a suitable work surface where we can change the gasket. Now while we're doing that, if you wish, you can put some kind of a cover over the front of your freezer just to keep most of the cold in the refrigerator and try to prevent as much room air from entering. So we'll put that on a suitable work surface and we'll change that gasket. Now we need to protect the outer door panel on that door from our work surface, so we put a soft pad on there. And the next thing we're going to do is to remove all of these 1/4 inch screws that go all the way around the perimeter of that door that secure a mounting bracket that holds that gasket in place. Now while we're doing that, because there are a number of screws and it will take us a little while, I suggest that you take the new gasket and either set it in a bathtub full of hot water so that it'll soften it up and make it a little more pliable, or you can actually put it in your clothes dryer and let it tumble dry on a low heat for a while, and check it occasionally to make sure that we don't get it too warm. And then once it's soft enough, you can lay it on a flat surface and you can apply a little tape to it if you need to, or something heavy to hold it flat. And we'll do that while we're removing these screws. So now that we've removed all of the screws, we can lift up on that liner and pull that gasket out from beneath the liner. Just do that all the way around. And we'll discard the old gasket. So now we'll take our new gasket and we're just going to drape that over the door liner. And our first step will be to tuck that slotted piece underneath the actual door liner itself. We'll start with one corner and then we'll just work our way along each side. We won't worry too much about the shape of the gasket yet. However, if you do find it a little too stiff to work with, just put it back in the tub or in the clothes dryer again and heat it some more. Make sure it's pliable enough that we can stretch it over those corners. And we'll just continue to do that all the way around until we have all 4 corners and sides intact. Now our next step will be to pick one of the corners and then we'll insert a screw just to hold everything in place. Just enough tension on that screw that it stays in place. Not enough to bind it up, because we do need to work our way along and keep feeding that gasket in below that door liner. The object is to achieve a nice, smooth, flush fit with the soft edge of that gasket and the door liner itself. And we just tighten up those last few screws. Make sure that we're nice and flush all the way around. And if you still have a little wrinkle in your gasket, we won't worry too much about it right now. You can always apply a hair dryer to it to soften up a bit. And when we put the door back on the refrigerator, we can actually pull it really tight closed and then tape it in position just to hold that flush. So now we're ready to put the door back on the refrigerator. We're just going to lift that door up and set it on that center hinge. Just rotate it into the closed position, and we'll let the magnet hold it in place. We'll set the upper hinge into position, rotate it around so that the screws line up. And we'll install all 3 screws. Use caution to make sure that we get them straight so we don't strip them. And we won't tighten them yet, we'll just put them in flush with the hinge. Now, before we tighten them, we're going to look to get an even gap between the fresh food door and the freezer door. So we'll lift up slightly on that door and just snug them up a little tighter. And check that gap to make sure it's the same all the way around. Make any final adjustments. And then we'll tighten it with the socket and ratchet. Place the hinge cover. I'll hook the back bit on first, push it forward, snap it into position. And lastly, remember to turn the refrigerator controls back on. And our repair is complete. I told you it was an easy job. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your repair.